All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Me here talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. This video, I'm going to be talking about three bands that classic rock fans would enjoy. Since classic rock radio these days has no interest in new material, even by very well established artists. They're just not. They don't want to hear about it, and they sometimes will do news articles about these new albums, but they won't play them on their radio station. Which again, I always find that to be a little bit weird. But there is a radio station called modernretrofm.com that is playing the new material that is being released by vintage artists, people that you've heard of, people like John Mellencamp and Bruce Springsteen and Eric Clapton and the Rolling Stones. Kind of weird. Those are four really big names, right? Did I say four? Three or four? I can't remember. I already forgot. But anyway, they're playing, if it's something that you're familiar with, they're playing this type of music. So you should check it out. Now, moving on, though, I've got three bands here that are very good, that should be within the genre of classic rock. See, we don't really have that genre anymore. So I understand that. I guess, where does it go, though? That's the issue with this music. What format does it fit into? It's certainly not pop. It's not mainstream rock as it's categorized today, because it's not dark and the singers don't all sound the same. They don't sound like, I don't know, like they're just struggling with life, and it's like the Cookie Monster meets Metallica. You know, everybody has to sound like that. So I'm going to showcase three bands that are the antithesis of that whole idea. First band, again, this is an album I have by this group. They've got some newer material that has been released. This is Robert John and the Wreck, Shine a Light on Me, Brother. It's blues, it's classic rock, it's southern rock, it's Americana, it's great music. This is rock and roll, all right? Despite what people will tell you nowadays, this is rock and roll. Go check out Robert John and the Wreck. That's number one on my list. Number two is this band from the UK, Voodoo Room, all right? If you like Cream and Hendrix, okay? This is it. In fact, these guys go out and they perform the music of Cream and Jimi Hendrix, and they're really good at it. A power trio. They have their own album here of original material, which sounds like Cream and Hendrix. So you should check out Voodoo Room, Tension City Blues. Every classic rock fan, I don't know why you wouldn't really love that. And rounding out the list here, just the three I'm doing today, and I probably will do more at some point. Cats in Space, all right? Now, before you get a little bit freaked out by their name, because their name is just fun, all right? Cats in Space, right? So this is their album, Kickstart the Sun, came out last year. This was definitely in my top 10. If you like Cheap Trick, ELO, and Queen, okay? Cheap Trick, ELO, and Queen, another band from the UK. So there is a lot of great music from the UK that you don't hear in the States, and there's bias there. But then again, there's not a lot of American music that is trying to continue what all of these great bands did for us in the past. And it's kind of a shame. Now, some will say, yeah, they're out there, and you just need to look for them. And that's true. There are artists out there. I've showcased High South recently. If you like the Eagles and the Doobie Brothers in America, High South, they're fantastic. And also this newer band called Ghost Hounds that I've been talking about. But these are all bands that could be on the radio if you had a format that played, say, like old music by the Stones and the Eagles and all these bands that we grew up listening to, and then integrated some of this newer material, you would have one hell of a radio station. The closest thing to that, like I say, is modernretrofm.com. So you should definitely patronize that radio station. And by the way, speaking of patrons, I want to thank all the patrons. Last month was a pretty good month on Patreon. All right. And I appreciate those people who stepped forward, realizing that I am fairly unique. All right. People say to me, you're the only one. This is where I learn about this stuff. Now, I don't think that's true. I know on YouTube there are a lot of reaction videos to new material that gets released, but because of the way I do the channel where I force it on people at the beginning of videos and they have to sit through, I've had people complain and say, can you please stop talking about these unknown bands that nobody cares about? Get on to the topic. That's the world we live in. And it has to do with attention span and the fact that people want the dirt and the gossip more than they want the music, which is really sad. But in any event, folks, again, these three excellent albums, Cats in Space, check out these bands. You don't have to necessarily be listening to these specific albums. Here's Voodoo Room again. And one more time for Robert, John, and the Wreck. This is just a fantastic band. They're from the States, 2 from the UK, 1 from the United States. So in any event, I don't really care where it comes from so long as it's good. And those are 3 really good suggestions. So check them out. And thanks for watching. Thanks for checking this channel out. Please subscribe. Again, if you want to help me via Patreon or through YouTube memberships, it is much appreciated. God bless you all, and God bless the world.